Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. The Philippine Coast Guard says the collision near the Scarborough Shoal that killed 3 Filipino fishermen was unintended. PCG Commandant Admiral Artemio Abu said this to the 11 survivors of that incident who arrived at the PCG headquarters on Thursday. One of the survivors, Johnny Manlolo, said he also believes that the collision was an accident, though he also admitted earlier that he was confused as to why the foreign tanker Pacific Anna did not stop moving after it hit their boat. Based on the Coast Guard's monitoring, the ship that rammed the Philippine boat sailed from the Marshall Islands and is now en route to Singapore. PCG officials are at the Port State Control of Singapore awaiting its arrival. Meanwhile, families of the 3 fishermen who died in the incident are calling for justice and financial support from Pacific Anna. The local government of Subic said it's also looking to file a case against the crude oil tanker.
Mahabol natin kung sino yung gumawa. Makapagkaso din tayo, syempre. Hindi naman para sa atin, para sa kanila. And of course, syempre, para hindi na rin mangyari in the future. Mag-iingat na yung mga barkong dumadaan dito sa atin.
The government is ramping up developments in the Kalayaan group of islands, particularly on Pag-asa Island. Among these developments is a sheltered port for Filipino fishermen. This is where they can seek temporary shelter should their operations at sea be hounded by bad weather. Construction of these shelters started in 2018 and is expected to finish this year. But for AFP Chief of Staff Romeo Browner, there's still a lot that needs to be done.
We really have to harden yung ating mga positions dito sa Kalayaan Group of Islands. We have 9 features that we are occupying at kailangan tuloy-tuloy yung pag-develop natin dito dahil gusto natin na maging permanent yung ating presence. Inaantay natin yung mga karagdagang mga barko natin. And hopefully by next year, dumating itong mga barko, we will have more patrols in the area.
Meanwhile, China condemns the country's recent resupply mission to the BRP Sierra Madre. The grounded ship serves as the Philippines' outpost in the Ayungin Shoal within the exclusive economic zone. On Wednesday, the country successfully sent supplies to troops in the ship. The Chinese Coast Guard claimed that the vessels entered their territory without permission. They also called the mission, quote, illegal, and added that they have issued stern warnings against it. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The country's inflation rate climbed for a second straight month in September on the back of higher food prices, particularly our main staple rice. Inflation jumped to 6.1% in September, up from 5.3% in August. This falls exactly on the upper end of the Bangko Central's forecast range for last month. The latest inflation print is lower, though, compared to the 6.9% logged in September of last year. This brings year-to-date inflation to 6.6%, way beyond the government's 2 to 4% target range. Rice, which has the biggest pull in the commodity basket, mainly drove inflation for the month. Rice inflation zoomed to a 14-year high of 17.9% in September, despite the imposition of the price cap, which was recently lifted. The Department of Agriculture insists that the policy had been successful in bringing down rice prices. The DA expects prices to go down further once supply from local harvest kicks in.
In retail, siguro mga 36, 38 pesos yan. Before the end of the month, harvest maraming produce.
Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel maintains that questioning civilian agencies' confidential funds does not make one an enemy of the state. This comes after Vice President Sara Duterte claimed that confidential fund critics are against peace in the country. Manuel told the Big Story that civilian offices should just focus on their mandate and leave security to agencies that handle it. He added that the CIF in its entirety should also be abolished. For Manuel, agencies should be transparent on what they use public funds for.
Our civilian agencies already have much on their plate. Ang dami nilang responsibilities in line with their mandate. Ang obsession ng mga civilian agencies sa confidential funds is already too much at dapat bumalik sila sa primary mandate ng kanilang mga opisina. Hindi po tayo kalaban ng bayan. Pati rin yung maraming mga Pilipino na nagtatanong lang po saan ginastos at saan balak gastusin ang hinihinging confidential funds.
In weather, Typhoon Jenny is no longer directly affecting the country. Jenny already exited the Philippine territory and was last spotted some 385 kilometers west-northwest of Itbayat, Batanes. Outside PAR, Jenny is forecast to eventually weaken and become a remnant low by late Monday or early Tuesday. Jenny's trough may still bring scattered rain showers over Ilocos Norte, Batanes, and Babuyan Islands. Habagat, meanwhile, will trigger rains in Metro Manila, Zambales, Bataan, Cavite, Batangas, Occidental Mindoro, and the rest of Ilocos. The rest of the country may also expect rains due to localized thunderstorms. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.